Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate world. Today we're diving into a recent filing from BlackLine Inc., and let's just say it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some job cuts, a board member leaving, so let's see what's going on behind the scenes. This is an 8K form, which is basically a company's way of telling the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, about big news that could affect investors. This report is dated February 27, 2025, but was filed a little later, in March. First up, we have news about the workforce. BlackLine is planning to reduce its global workforce by approximately 7%. That's around 130 jobs that are going away. On top of that, they're also offering a voluntary departure program, basically giving some employees the option to leave in exchange for a severance package, a payment that companies give to their employees when they leave. Now, the company says this is all part of aligning the organization and managing performance as they focus on their key strategic priorities. Translation, they're trying to cut costs and become more efficient. These changes are expected to happen mostly in the first and second quarters of 2025, but there's a catch. Because of different laws and regulations in different countries, it might take longer in some places. So how much is all of this going to cost BlackLine? The company estimates about $5 million, mainly for severance pay and other termination benefits. Severance is basically what you pay someone when you terminate their employment. Most of that will be paid in cash, and the company expects to recognize these costs in the first and second quarters of 2025. Of course, the expenses related to the voluntary departures will depend on how many employees decide to take the offer. It's important to note that BlackLine plans to continue hiring for key roles related to their strategic initiatives, so they aren't stopping hiring completely. They also plan to exclude these charges from their non-GAAP financial measures, which means they are taking the one-time cost of doing this out of their financial results. The good news, the company doesn't expect these actions to significantly change their previously forecasted results, their guidance. Now here comes the legal stuff. This report contains forward-looking statements, which are basically predictions about the future. The company warns that these predictions are based on current information and good faith beliefs, but they are subject to risks and uncertainties. In other words, things might not go as planned. They refer you to their annual report on Form 10-K for a more detailed description of these risks. Moving on, we have news about a change in the boardroom. William Bill Wagner, a member of BlackLine's board of directors, is planning to step down. He informed the company of his intention to resign, and his resignation will be effective by the time the company has its annual stockholder meeting. The company says there are no disagreements between Wagner and the company. You can even read his resignation letter as Exhibit 99.1 in this report if you want to see the specific details of what he said to the company. The report is signed by Patrick Villanova, the Chief Financial Officer, CFO. Now, what does all this mean for BlackLine? Well, on one hand, it's never good to see a company cutting jobs. It suggests they are trying to cut costs to improve their numbers. The departure of a board member also raises some questions, even though the company claims there are no disagreements. On the other hand, BlackLine seems to be proactively addressing potential challenges. The company seems to be trying to streamline operations and focus on its core strategies. Plus, they're still hiring for key roles, which indicates they are not completely stopping growth. Whether these moves will pay off in the long run is yet to be seen, but one thing is clear. BlackLine is in a period of transition, and it will be interesting to see how they navigate the road ahead. It's also worth noting that workforce reductions can sometimes impact company morale, which can affect productivity and innovation. So BlackLine will need to manage this transition carefully to minimize any negative impact. From the information in this report, it looks like the company is trying to be as efficient as possible. What I'm wondering is, what are their competitors doing? What does the CFO know that we don't? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give us a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more corporate decoding action. Until next time.